Richard, my first question is for you. When you've talked to Elena and described your ideal woman, she immediately thought about Zoya. Did she meet your expectations?
Absolutely.
Was it the right choice?
It was.
So Elena is a good professional.
Absolutely, she's the best. She had been talking with the AFA coordinator, Anna, and Anna had told Elena what I was looking for, and she made a very good choice for me.
Oh, great. Thanks a lot. When did you meet each other for the first time? Maybe speak about your feelings, emotions.
Can I speak Russian? Yes. First time we met in 2017. It was social in Compass, I think in February. I remember I just got back from Germany and didn't really want to go to the social, but decided to go, and when I got there, I was not disappointed because I liked Richard right away. I decided to approach him first, and on the way to him, I saw him walking to me with Elena. I was surprised, and he invited me to talk in restaurant. We sat and talked there. He said he's a very serious man, and he didn't smile. I've been telling him, you must show your emotions just a little, because you are too serious. Next day, he invited me to meet again.
What did you feel at that time when you saw Zoya for the first time?
I thought she was lovely. Very mature, very lovely, very focused, and I'm a pretty good judge of character. I have to say I've been involved in a search in Ukraine since 2011, maybe. Many years. I've met many people, and never really felt that the people I met were the right ones, and I kept coming back to Ukraine. And I don't know what Zoya said when she talked, but we met first time about 2 years ago, and I was actively involved in the search, and Zoya kind of disappeared from sight for a while, and that search did not lead to anyone that I thought was the right person. So I initiated another search over a year ago, year and a half ago, and Zoya's name immediately came up again, and I thought, I know this girl. And she was certainly the front runner when I came, and I pretty well knew that she would be the one that I would pick, and I was right.
So it was love from the first sight.
It was. Love and respect, and just the knowledge that she was a very sincere and very committed person. And to me, I mean, I've met many lovely girls from Ukraine, many. Some even younger than Zoya. But to me, the most important factor that made my selection for me was that she was honest, she was committed to a relationship, and she knew what she wanted in life. And that was the deciding factor for me.
Tell us please how Richard proposed you, when it was, what did you feel, where it was. It was 1 year ago on March 19th. We met, before that we corresponded, and in March he came to Kharkov. It was 1 year ago on March 19th. We met, before that we corresponded, and in March he came to Kharkov. On March 19th, I remember that day very well, because I knew Richard and I really wanted to see him. I came to Hotel Aurora. He been waiting for me. I came with a gift. I got him chocolate picture of his family. I ordered it because I didn't know how to surprise him or what to give him. Right away, he had a smile on his face, like we are old friends, knowing each other for a long time. We met 1 year ago, spent time together, we really feel good with each other, but somehow we broke up.
Я вообще не ожидала, но было так приятно, вот такие чувства, их невозможно даже объяснить. Когда я потом пришла домой, я ночь не спала, потому что я смотрела на кольцо, и я не верила, думаю, нет, это не может быть, ну вот так мне делают предложение, как бы, да, вот сразу сходу, раз и выходи замуж, может, думаю, это шутка.
And this time, when we met, it was really warm meeting, and he invited me to restaurant Chateau.
Suddenly decided to propose her marry you. How did you realize that you are ready? That you both are ready, I mean.
Oh, I knew I was ready. I didn't know about Zoya, but I knew I was ready. Well, first of all, I had very, very good memories of Zoya when I met her the first time. And then when her name came up again in my AFA search, I thought there's got to be something about this that put her name back in the running again. And it's not like we just met when I came back to Kharkiv. We've been communicating through the agencies for 2 or 3 months. And from our communications, I pretty well knew that this was probably going to be the right decision. Because she was just open, honest, and totally dedicated to the fact that she wanted to pursue a
это действительно
relationship.
вот как бы стало нашей традицией. Tell about yesterday.
It has become
Мы вчера
our
тоже были в
tradition.
Шато. Tell how
Yesterday,
asked
we
you about
were in
to marry me.
Chateau.
Yeah. Well, a year ago we were at the chateau, and I asked Zoya to marry me, and I gave her this ring. And just a little story about this. I pretty well knew a couple of months before I came to Ukraine and before March when we got engaged, I knew that I wanted her to marry. So I was still in the United States, and I had to go to New Orleans in the United States. I had an orthopedic meeting there. And so while I was in New Orleans, I bought her this ring because I pretty well knew then that I was going to ask her to marry me.
You knew the size?
Huh?
You knew the size?
No, we had to
You
have it
just guessed?
sized. We had to have it sized.
And
then 1 year later, last night, as a matter of fact, we were at the same restaurant, same table, and she had got this ring for me to ask me if I would marry her, even though she had already accepted. I will.
Which is our tradition.
Yeah.
Расскажите, вы уже оформили брак официально?
Have you officially registered the marriage? No, not yet, because it was a difficult process to get these documents. Finally, I got visa, but waiting on my passport. We have tickets, we are ready to fly. Procedure was complicated, but it was it. Every 3 months we asked, when? Attorney woman worked with us, and she constantly helped me with paperwork. We collected all pictures. I'm very grateful to her. Do you have a wedding date? Yes, wedding date is on 19th. We are wanted on March 19th. Yes, but because we can't, We decided it will be on April 19th, and we made reservation for our wedding for April 19th in Hawaii.
About wedding, yes?
Have you buy a wedding dress? Dress.
Честно, он спросил меня, как бы, Зоя, нужно
He said we need to get a dress. I told him men should not see a wedding dress. I made it myself. Wedding dress I made myself.
платье тебе свадебное?
Awesome. We are waiting on wedding pictures. Maybe different mentalities between people from Ukraine and other countries because we are more tender and we want gentle, tender relationship.
Differences in mentality or language barrier or something you met during your this 2 years relationship?
Tell us.
Well, first of all, Zoya speaks very good English, and I think that helps. I don't think, from my perspective, it wasn't a necessity, but it certainly helps communication, helps to get to know the lady better without having to rely on interpretation of what a interpreter might say. You can, I think, get a better read on what that person's mind is doing. So does it help? The answer is yeah, it does. But that wasn't when I was formulating my search, that wasn't a disqualifier. If I found the right woman that I felt was the right woman and her English was not good, that can always be improved. But I think it's certainly an aid. As far as mentality goes, difference in mentality, I don't think there is. And that's one of the things that I think makes us a good couple, is that we are both have the same mentality. We're on the same wavelength, and I think we both want the same things in life. And I think that's a very definite plus for us, because we want the same things, I think.
Tell how people thought about us in Egypt, how they call us, lovebirds. Remember?
Yeah, they called us the lovebirds. Yeah, we were.
Yes, because
I'd always hold her hand and always close.
Может быть, немножко разный менталитет между.
I always try to hold his hand. They are more independent.
Украины, да, и
Their couples walking independently.
более, может быть, нежные
I
такие.
always hold his hand. He has to be close to me. And people from our group in Egypt were from USA, and they looked at us and didn't understand what is going on because we were so close to each other all the time.
Вот так за ручку, нет, ты рядом, все, я это. Да. И у нас была такая группа в Египте, а там.
At the end, they call us lovebirds. They said, "You're like two birdies, always together, always holding hands. You're newly married. It's supposed to be like that."
Настоящие молодожены, как и положено. Так. Maybe speak about some of your plans, I mean family plans. Maybe some traveling or development to where?
Well, we are hopefully going to have her visa delivered here in Kharkiv this week, we hope. And we are supposed to head back to the United States on Thursday. And we'll arrive in Chicago very late Thursday night, and I think we will probably be in Chicago. We're going to stay the night on Thursday, and then Friday, when her first day in the U.S., we'll be in Chicago, and I'm going to show her Michigan Avenue at our famous shopping street in Chicago. And then I did my medical training in Chicago, so my car is in Chicago now, so I'm going to show her around the city, show her where I used to live, the university where I studied, the hospital where I trained. And then my youngest son lives in Chicago, and I'd like to stop by and see him. He's met her. We were in St. Petersburg for the World Cup soccer matches this year, and my youngest son has met her, but we'll meet again in Chicago. And then we will head home and be home the weekend, and then Monday we are flying to Florida to see Elton John in Florida. It's his last concert in the U.S. because he's retiring, not going to tour anymore, and it's his last concert. So we're going to see Elton on Monday, and then we are flying home, and then I have to go back to work. And then we will be in town for probably a month, and then the 15th of April we have tickets to Hawaii, and we'll be in Hawaii for several days, and then we're going to get married on the 19th. We met first on the 19th, we got engaged on the 19th, and we're going to get married on the 19th.
And our birthday. Also 19 and 19.
Yeah, July 19th, October 19th. So the 19th is a special number for us.
Lucky number.
Yeah. So we're planning on getting married in Hawaii on the 19th, and then we're coming back that weekend and go back to work. And that's the last travel plan that we have. In the U.S., again, Zoya's coming in on a K-1 visa, and we won't be able to leave the United States until she gets her green card, and that'll take 6 months to a year. And then when she's got her green card, she can travel any place she wants. And the first place I want to take her is to London and Edinburgh, because every year I like to go. It's a place called the Edinburgh Tattoo. It's a military parade in Scotland. And that's the place I want to take her. And then I want to take her to the loveliest place I've ever been, and that is called Cape Santa Maria in the Bahamas. And I want to take her there very soon. So we have lots of travel plans. And I have many places in the world yet that I want to go, the Seychelles and Bali and Bora Bora. So that's on the list of things to do in the future. So I certainly would like to thank all the people here, especially to Elena. You have to help me with last name. Thanks to Elena, because she made a special effort to introduce Zoya to me. We were at the social in Kharkov, and she personally introduced me to Zoya, and I will forever be grateful to her for taking the time to show me the right woman to form my other half in life. So again, thank you very much, Elena. I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart.
I want to say thank you, A Foreign Affair, the best company in Ukraine. I have my own experience. I want to say I am not disappointed. I am grateful to A Foreign Affair, Elena. First time she introduced me to Richard and then support me. I am grateful to the girls who helped me, translated for me, reassured me. Thank you very much. Probably I wouldn't met Richard without you. I'm very happy.
I can throw another plug in too. You can keep it or you can delete it, whichever you like. But I told you I've been working with AFA since 2011, and I've gotten to know many of their people very well, their staff people. Very, very much trusted Elena and thought the agency did an outstanding job. So that made me feel good as well.
Thank you so much.